In today's video, I'll show you how to rotate blueprints in Lumber Tycoon 2 on Roblox to get your blueprints in the exact position that you need them to be in. I wasted hours of my actual life trying to figure this out, so I hope that this short video is going to save you a ton of time and headaches and make you excited about building again. If you're just getting started in Lumber Tycoon 2, one of the most frustrating aspects of the game, well, besides exploiters and scammers, is working with blueprints. It doesn't seem to make any sense and can take way longer building something than it does in real life, where you can just use your hands and your brain to turn something the way you want it to be. In the game, you can't do this. If you're working with wedges, making a slanted roof or a ramp, then you need them to be in the right direction. For some reason, blueprints in Lumber Tycoon 2 only rotate in 3 different directions. So let's take a basic walkthrough on blueprints for those of you that are just getting started. If you want to build something in real life and you don't want it to collapse or violate building codes, you need to rely on a blueprint, which is a design created by an architect who went to school for this stuff. In Lumber Tycoon 2, you get to be your own architect, and doors will magically pass through walls and items and at times even defy the laws of physics. It's pretty cool. You can't just build a house out of wood though, like you can in real life. You've got to get some blueprints from Tom at Wood R Us. And it's not going to be a blueprint for an entire house or for a kitchen. It's going to be a specific block, which either a part of a wall, not the entire wall, not the foundation of a house, not the layout, just one specific item that you will use, very much like Lego, to put them all together and create your finished building or product or roller coaster or whatever it is that you want to build. So here we are at Wood R Us, and you really can't miss the blueprint section. There's more over at Fancy Furnishings across the bridge, but for now we're just dealing with the basics. You buy the blueprints just like any other item, take it over to Tom and pay for it. Go ahead and open the box right then and there, and it'll automatically load into your inventory. There's no need to carry it home or bring a truck. The blueprints all cost the same. They're 80 money each, but the amount of wood needed for each one is different. I have the power to build, which has saved me a ton of wood and time, so I only need 1 unit of wood per blueprint. If you have 720 Robux and you play Lumber Tycoon 2 a lot, I think it's a great investment. The process is pretty straightforward once you get back to your base. Open up your blueprint inventory, choose the one you want, and click E to place it. How you build will depend on you. I like to place them on the floor, fill them in, and then move the blueprints to where they need to be, but you might want to place them first and then fill them in. It's totally up to you. Click R and T to rotate and turn your blueprints. Most of the time you'll be able to place them in the right direction. It's inevitable though that eventually you'll get to the point where the blueprint will just not go in the direction you want it to. Think about it like a compass. You can have the shape facing north, east, and south, but west isn't available. It flips to some other weird position you don't want. If you have a 2D blueprint, like a smooth wall, this isn't going to come up. But when you start working with 3D shapes like wedges, it most definitely will. There are videos online showing you how to overcome this. They mention using alt accounts, making sure the blueprint is in a certain direction before you open it. It's really convoluted and it didn't work for me. What did work, however, was reloading my base in a different direction. It really is that simple. Reload. I figured this out after I got so frustrated, I logged off, and when I played the game again, I loaded in a different plot facing a different direction. All of a sudden, That one direction I couldn't achieve before was now available. Before you reload, zoom out and take a look around to see what direction you're facing. I used my parking lot as a reference. Here I'm in the plot closest to the ferry with my parking spaces facing the road. When I reload, I'm going to face a different direction. It doesn't matter which one, just as long as it's not the same as before. Okay, so this is a different plot than the last time, but it's facing the same direction. So I'm just going to rotate it. Again, doesn't matter what direction as long as it's different. And I'm going to load here. And when the base finally finishes loading in, then I should have that one position of the wedge available to me that was not available before. One thing I'm going to do before I start placing blueprints is cut up my wood. Blueprints don't discriminate between a tiny unit of wood and a massive plank of wood. I'd like to introduce you to my 15,000 money post for illustration. I accidentally placed a blueprint next to a huge plank of sinister wood worth 15,000 money. There is no undo button in this game. If you've got your wood already chopped, the worst it can do is use one small piece if you place a blueprint too close to it. And now we should have that one placement available to us that wasn't available before. So pull out your blueprints and start rotating and turning until you find the direction that you want. Hey, I didn't say this was going to be easy. It's still a pain. And there we go. No, you're going to have to rotate all the way around. You see when I moved it, it jumped back to a different position. So you're just going to want to press rotate 4 times and it's going to get you back to that position. And here it is, it's moved again. But it doesn't matter. I press rotate 4 times or R and it goes back to the way it was, a position that was not available in the other direction. Now this isn't exactly where I want it to be right now, but I do have the direction placed properly, so it's good enough for right now. Bunny Films has a great video for blueprints showing you how to place 2 blueprints in the same space so you don't get gaps. I'll link to it in the description. With the latest update though, I can't get to the blueprints in time to do the glitch. It just loads too fast. If anyone has advice or has found a way around this, please leave it in the comments. One last thing before I go. Blueprints place in the same direction as the last blueprint you placed, even if they aren't the same shape. I like to build and place all the same types of blueprints that I'll be working with, like walls for instance, and then move on to different shapes like wedges. It just ends up saving a lot of time so I don't have to rotate each and everything. You might also find that the blueprint simply won't go where you want it to. It glitches out of the space or it just won't fit. If you've got an item nearby with a code in it, like a door or a gift, the blueprints don't like this. They also don't want your avatar to be too close. Be patient and experiment. Taking a step away and zooming out can be really helpful. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any other tips for working with blueprints in Lumber Tycoon 2, please leave them in the comments. My favorite part of this game is building, and anything that we can do to help others enjoy the process and make it easier is going to help us all as a community. If it resonates with you to like, share, or subscribe, please do so. My name is Pixie. It's been an absolute honor. Thank you so much for watching this today, and until next time, save a tree, play lumber.